Hello, good afternoon. My Portuguese, forgive me, is not very good, so I'm trying to make it in English. My name is Jesús Escudero. I'm working for the Instituto Nacional de Investigación y Tecnología Agraria y Alimentaria in Madrid, Spain. And I'm also part of the European National Contact Point net for Horizon 2020, the current framework program for Societal Challenge 2. I will try to speed up a little bit the presentation because it's not the purpose to go very deep in these topics. And in case you have some curiosity or need more information, you can contact me later on or via email. I will present roughly the funding, research, development, and innovation programs, how it has been developing in these years at the European level. Some tips on the economical power, how much business the bioeconomy moves in Europe. An action plan of the new, very recently approved bioeconomy strategy by the European Commission. Some funding tools and coming opportunities, and a bit of information on Horizon 2020 program and bioeconomy. Ending with flash news, a very short presentation of the new Horizon Europe program, which is the FP9. This is how the European programs have been developing since the beginning. FP1 in '84. You see all this growth, this tendency in financing from 300 million to almost 75 million euros for a Horizon 2020. In these 20 years is tremendous investment that Europe has put forward. Some relevant data on the bioeconomy at the turnover and how much business this activity moves in Europe. The total turnover is 2.1 trillion euros, and you have split there in this nice cake drawing per sector. So if you look at the dark green agriculture and the two other greens, which is food production, food products, and forest-based industry, you have approximately 3/4 of the turnover. That implies 18 million jobs. And this is a comprehensive study by Bio-Based Industries done and published 2 years ago. The new bioeconomy for Europe as an action plan is focused on opportunities for the regions. And here you can find some quotes, some citations from President Jean-Claude Juncker. The updated bioeconomy strategy is designed as a sustainable bioeconomy for whole Europe, strengthening the connection between economy, society, and environment. So we have this new bioeconomy that arrives to stay, and the intention is to boost jobs, growth in general, and investment in the European Union. It aims to improve and scale up sustainable use of renewable resources to address global as well as local challenges focused in climate change and sustainable development. Commissioner Carlos Moedas said that the European Union purpose is to lead the way in turning waste, residue, and discards into high-value products, green chemicals, feed, and textiles. And he is a very strong man defending research and innovation to put forward all these values in Europe. In few words, Director John Bell mentioned that using the resources from land and sea for a petroleum economy is one of the mottos of the new bioeconomy. It has been approved the last 11th of October. Here you can see some priorities in funding resources, some tools and initiatives. Priorities we can differentiate between national or bioeconomy strategies, as the bio-based industries joint undertaking, BBI, Horizon 2020 and the social challenges, Food 2030 initiative, the Bioeconomy Knowledge Center, and bioeconomy cities. You have some links to, if you are really curious about this and to get more information about these initiatives. As a second state, we have cooperation that is cross-sectorial, inter-regional, cross-regional, and macro-regional, and there you have a different, an interesting collection of tools and initiatives for funding. The most recent one that I'm sure is very interesting for Portugal as well as Spain is the Prima initiative that is going to run on the second call for 2019 very soon. And then there are some financial tools more general into investment like the Horizon 2020, ESIF synergies on bioeconomy, Innovafin, and the Juncker package. Here we can see some common opportunities and how investment versus future biotech markets. So how much was in 2003 in the first column invested by business? If you focus in agriculture and industry, the investment seems not very high, but the product or the estimated potential gross value in 2030, in few years, is very worth to note. 36% for agriculture, 39% for industry. This is a division of the general budget for Horizon 2020 in general for this period remaining 2018-2020. And there you can see that excellent science, industrial leadership, and societal challenges, they cope for a big majority of this investment. And those are funding for projects. All this comes in a political context, of course, because besides a particular program like Horizon 2020, there are some global commitments like United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have the climate Paris agreements and all the commitments that nationally are taking, plus the European policies, the Common Agriculture Policy and the European Investment Project Agri, the Climate Energy, Bioeconomy Strategy, etc. All that means is not easy to go just and focus in one particular part of the drivers, because if you look at all of this, for sure we are going to encounter different versions and they are not consequent. So if you consider this just the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 ones, one goal will go against another one. So we have to get all this work out in harmony. Just few words on the Horizon 2020 Societal Challenge 2. This is the work package, the work program for RD until 2020. We have 1.3 billion funding focus on food security, sustainable agriculture and forestry, marine, maritime, inland water research, and bioeconomy. So this is what is left before end of the program. This is a complex slide that gives you an idea how the program, the Horizon 2020 Societal Challenge 2, is organized in terms of priorities, goals, and key impacts. Basically, we have 3 calls plus 1 investment platform that is in the middle of the slide. Sustainable food security is very important. Blue growth, which is split between or among the Societal Challenge 2 plus other bits and pieces in the whole Horizon 2020. Blue growth is a very complex focus area. And then we have rural renaissance, also very important for development of the territories. Here's a very simple taste of the new program Horizon Europe will be. The vision is still from the President Jean-Claude Juncker is that Europe has to protect, empower, and defend. It will be focused on climate change. 35% of the budget will be taking care of this activity to help sustainable development goals, as we mentioned, and the general idea is to boost and to get a competitiveness and growth improve in Europe. So this is the end of my presentation. I was just very interested in that you listen to this citation. It's very famous from a wise Indian plant geneticist. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have a chance to go right in the country. This is by Swaminathan. Thank you very much for your attention.